Hello everyone, so in this lecture we'll learn about external vulnerability scanning like Sudan, Corallis or Nmap. So let's talk about what is vulnerability scanning. So vulnerability scanning is like assessment of computer systems, networks and or application for weaknesses that can be exploited by unauthorized person and potentially results in a loss of confidentiality, integrity or availability. So you may have a question like reasons, what is the reasons that we need to do for vulnerability scan? Like vulnerability scan can do monitor compliance, determine where to focus your resources, quantify risk for the management or organizations, and identify vulnerable component to your network and then research the planning. So let's talk about now common scanning tools. So there are a couple of tools like fast as usual that we previously talked a lot of times, which is Nmap, then Nessus, then Qualys, and at the end which we will be talking about now is Sodan. So let's talk a bit about Sodan. So Sodan is a search engine of internet connection devices which is created by John Matherly, and it's launched on like in 2009 March I think, and you can visit by simply going to this website which is www.sodan.io. And a good thing about Sodan is that it is free, and or I think is very inexpensive, and the best thing about is that it is very simple to use, and which is web's UI, and it has like command line tools. Then it can use like DuckDuckGo, which is best. I think what was the word? I think DuckDuckGo is the best private or anonymous search engine, so which also uses bank syntax so by Sodan, and it has API, and also it has enterprise accounts are all available in Sodan. So let's talk about Sodan's advantages. So what are the advantages? Why should you use Sodan? So Sodan is fast. I mean, it's by speed. So its scanning takes time, and its sequential scanning can fail, and also long detail often is required. So let's start then objective. So you don't need no inside knowledge, and also it's uniform the scanning technique. Then Sodan is like no organizational bias, and Sodan has no inadvertent whistling, and also it is random and non-incremental scanning. And the most important thing is free or inexpensive. So it has free unfiltered searches without any account, and then it has free filter searches with account, and it can report an API with a paid account like 40 or $50 on one time. Then you can use like report and other APIs. Then for the enterprises account, it starts with $19 per month. So what data returned by Solan? So it first returned as a banner text, then operating system that the service are running on the system, then the version, and roughly equivalent to curl comment, which is like this. So let's now talk about internal versus external scan. What is this? So internal scan originate from a privileged host or villain which is inside the firewall, Then external scan originate from the internet, which is outside the firewall. So that's all about the Southern and external vulnerability scanning. And as we all know what Nmap is, so we're not going to go through that.